So you're thinking about moving to Charleston, South Carolina, but you just wish you had a better understanding of the different areas. Which one's going to be best for your lifestyle, for your family, school preferences, shopping, even traffic. Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the market on a map and really help you get a better feeling and understanding, at least at a high level, so that your home searches are just going to be more productive. If you'll stick around to the end, I'm even going to make you an offer that I think is going to save you a ton of time, potentially a lot of money. Let's get started. If this is your first time to this channel, you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good, the bad, and even the ugly of living in Charleston or the Charleston suburbs, then please subscribe below. Tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to learn about the current market in Charleston, South Carolina. My name's Jake Pettaway, and we get emails, calls every single day from people just like you looking for help to make their move to Charleston. We absolutely love it. As local real estate agents, we're here and we want to help you relocate successfully. We're good at it. So whether you're looking to make a move in 9 days or 90 days, shoot us a text, send us an email, and connect with us, and we'll be happy to help make your smooth move to Charleston. Now let's take a look at this map. So most people moving to Charleston make the same mistake. They pick a house before they actually understand the map. That's going to lead to longer commutes, end up in the wrong area potentially, or just not loving where they live once they get here. So let me show you what I mean. When people say Charleston, they're usually talking about this entire area, but this isn't just one place, as you can see. This is a collection of very different areas that all feel completely different to live in. So let's start here in Charleston Proper. This is this peninsula that you'll see as you zoom in on the map. This is where you're going to get historic downtown. You're going to get walkability, restaurants that are amazing, waterfront views, you know, the historic and famous Rainbow Road that you're going to see a ton of pictures of as you're browsing for homes. But it's going to come with higher price points and a lot less space. And so if you're looking for larger lots or more acreage, things like that, you're going to have to kind of get out into the suburbs, get out on the outskirts of town for those types of things. Now, right across the river on this side, we get into West Ashley. Now you can see a lot of what's built up there. This is one of the more established areas around Charleston. You get a mix of older homes, some new construction, and a lot of everyday convenience. It's also one of the closest suburban options to downtown Charleston. So for most buyers, if they want to stay closer in without Mount Pleasant price points, West Ashley is usually one of the first places they look. Now, let's slide on over to the right. This is Mount Pleasant. So this is one of the most popular areas for relocating. You're going to be closer to beaches from Mount Pleasant, as you can see. Downtown, you're going to be closer to a lot of shopping and very well established neighborhoods. But again, the trade-off there is going to be higher prices. And I'll also tell you that traffic can really build up around these bridges. And so these are bridge access points that get you to Mount Pleasant. So if there's issues on the bridges, you're going to potentially have a commute issue. So you certainly have to take that into consideration. Now, right next to Mount Pleasant, right across this bridge, is going to be Daniels Island. Now, Daniels Island is much more of a master plan type feel. It's very clean, very organized, and a lot of newer homes. It's certainly popular with people who want a more quiet, more structured environment, but it's still relatively close to Charleston. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit, slide over to James Island. Excuse me. This is one of the closest areas to downtown Charleston. You're also very close to Folly Beach. So it's a great mix of location and lifestyle. However, inventory can be tighter and prices have been climbing in the James Island marketplace. Now we're going to zoom further out into Johns Island. Come off west or southwest a little bit here in the Johns Island area. Now, Johns Island has been growing very quickly, and you're going to find more space, certainly. You'll find new construction in some parts and a more rural feel. But one thing to be aware of, traffic in and out of Johns Island can be a factor depending on the time of day. Now, we're going to zoom back out here and then recognize now we're going to get out of the Charleston area, but it's still considered Charleston, and we're going to go all the way up into Summerville. Now, Summerville's vast. You're going to hear about communities like Cane Bay, which is going to be up this direction, Carnes Crossroad over down here. You're going to go into Nexton area here, historic Summerville, which is an amazing place right here. It's kind of the downtown Summerville area, and then all the way out here into Summers Corner. Most of these outside of the historic downtown are master plan communities. What you're trading for master plan built-in communities is going to be distance from downtown and the beaches. Some of those areas are still building up their restaurants, building up their shopping centers and all of that. It's getting so much better over the last handful of years, but there still are pockets that you want to keep an eye out if it's important to you, like my wife as an example, who we seem to purchase houses in proximity to where a Target's at, and that matters to you, then you'll definitely want to research those things. Then you've got areas in between. So if this is more downtown Charleston and this is more out on the suburbs in Summerville, then in between what you have is areas like Goose Creek, Hanahan, Ladson, and certainly North Charleston area. Now these sit more in between everything and can make a lot of sense, really just depending on where you work. Now let's just quickly gloss over the beaches, because the beaches are very different out here. Each beach is going to have a very different feel. Sullivan's Island, more of a quieter, more residential type situation, and you can certainly live in Sullivan's Island and have a home there as well. Isle of Palms, incredible communities. The Dunes is a neighborhood you'll hear about if you're looking for higher end properties that are on the beach, that are on the water, out in IOP. It's more of a vacation style living, right? Folly, if you kind of go south a little bit here, Folly Beach. This is going to be your Daytona Beach of Charleston. It's more kind of a laid back beach town vibe. And then as you come out to these areas, beautiful, amazing beaches. You got Kiowa, Seabrook, Edisto. Again, these are going to be, my son's caught sharks out here, right, in Kiowa Island. So these are incredible beaches, but way more laid back, way more residential, and way more calm. So most suburban areas that you're going to find up north are going to be 30 to 45 minutes depending on traffic. If being 15 minutes from the beach is important to you, then you're obviously going to want to stay closer in these areas. If you're okay with 45 minutes or so, then you're fine coming out into these areas. But I'll tell you, this is where most people, I think, get tripped up. They find a house they like online, but they don't really realize how far it is, or from where they need to be, or what the commute feels like, or how different each area is day by day. And this is actually the same map that I use when I walk clients through the area. Within each one of these bullet points that I have, or each one of these pins that I've pinned on the map, I've got descriptors in there. And so if you click on a descriptor as an example, this is West Ashley inside of the 526. Kind of gives you a little bit of a breakdown of what that looks like. It'll kind of give you an idea of how far it is from Charleston, water access, Charleston Airport, main hospitals that are local. And I've done that for each one of these items on here. My clients are finding this extremely helpful, especially at the onset of their search. And once you see it like this, you can really start narrowing things down quickly and avoid wasting time looking at the wrong spots. So if you're trying to figure out where you should be focusing on around Charleston, first of all, let me walk you through this map personally, help you get really super clear on it. It only takes about 10 minutes to do it. Once I'm done walking you through that, I'll actually create a copy of this, send it to you. That way, as you find homes, you can plot the home in the Google map, and it'll show you where the home is in proximity to the areas that we discussed. It's going to save you a ton of time on the front end, and I would highly, highly recommend it. So feel free to reach out to me. You can shoot me a message. You can find my contact information on the site, and I'd be absolutely happy to spend a little bit of time with you, okay? Hope that helps.